part two. So, what happened to John O'Keefe featuring Karen Reed's energy as well. I did part one 5 days ago. So, if you haven't watched that, go ahead, feel free. I have a couple questions from a viewer, and we're going to start with that. All right. Everything I say is alleged. I could be spot on, picking up rumors, or I can simply be wrong. Okay. So she says, did John ever make it inside the home on 34 Fairview? Okay. Again, everything is alleged. Did John O'Keefe make it inside the home on 34 Fairview? Did John go inside the house that night? Did he make it inside the house on Fairview? John O'Keefe, did he make it inside the house? Did he go in the house? What's the truth? What's the truth? Did he make it inside? Judgment. Hmm. So with just judgment, I would say yes, right? But then the Queen of Swords came. She wanted to come in reverse, and then I have the Page of Pentacles. Almost makes me feel like somebody met him at the door. Of course, somebody has to come to the door to let him in, right? Then it's a little bit of time there. So let's just go ahead and clarify. Okay, why judgment? Why judgment for did he make it inside the house? Did John make it inside the house? Yes. There's deception. There's deception right at that point. Okay, so hold on. Why the Queen of Swords in reverse? At a crossroads in the Ten of Swords. What was Karen Reed's zodiac again? Or did I ever know? One second. Let me see if I can look it up. What is Karen Reed's zodiac sign?
Here are the top search results.
It's just telling me the story. How old is Karen Reed? 42. She's a Virgo. That's my sister's birthday. No, 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 no. She's not. That says 2023. That's just the data it was ported on. Okay, so she's 42, but it's not telling me. Okay, it's not a huge deal. I was just wondering. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's keep going. Write a page. Tell me about that page. So this is somebody's son, allegedly. Justice in reverse, Eight of Swords in reverse. Somebody kind of panicking and make it in staging something. So the Queen of Swords upright will be cut off, cold, okay. And this could be somebody how somebody came to the door maybe, but it's in reverse. So, it's not nobody blocking or stopping you, or it's not saying no. It's in reverse. Okay. Something happened at the threshold, I feel like. I'm not sure. Okay. And then we have the justice in reverse under that page with the Eight of Swords. So this is to confuse people. This is to not get justice. This was done. This was staged. Why the Wheel of Fortune? Something about the timing, right? Why the Wheel of Fortune? We ended with the Four of Wands, which is the house. There was a few people there. Why the Wheel of Fortune? I guess they flip back over. Tell me about the Wheel of Fortune. We got Page of Cups. Somebody sending messages on somebody's behalf or something to do with messages. The Six of Cups. Ah, they staged this. They got her to come back. So, yeah, somebody's hurried around, stressing. This was unexpected, I feel. Mm, let's get some more on here first before we come to a full conclusion. Did John O'Keefe make it inside the house on 34 Fairview? Again, it's giving me deception. So what is said about him making it in or not is a lie. This is staged. Huh. Somebody was harboring resentment and they were thankful for this opportunity to confront him. They thought that this would ensure their freedom. So I'm not quite sure if this was unexpected in terms of the perpetrator, um, or this was just anger building up and it just kind of was unleashed in that moment or whatever. But this was staged so that somebody could be free. Friendship. So this was an interaction with a friendship, or somebody called somebody to help them. So envy says, I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. So we know that Seven of Swords is envy, deception, stealing, whatever. Freedom says, I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. So it's giving magician energy as well as Nine of Pentacles. So somebody did not want to be caught or locked up or caught in a lie, so they staged it. They didn't want to be held accountable for this. And then the free will to create my own happiness. So I have the will. I made a decision to um, stage this so that I could remain free. Okay, then we have friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. So again, these people could be connected to somebody that helped them cover this up. Um, let's see what else. Success. I know there is no greater goal than to love. So a friend successfully helped them solidify their freedom and to cover up and make things seem a different way. Acceptance. I'm learning to accept the things that I cannot change. And on the back, I'm aware that being happy means that I'm on the right path. So somebody could be somewhat in conflict about what they did, could be eating at their conscience, but the best thing for me, whether people see this as bad or otherwise, for me, it is good because I want to be free. Okay? I can't change the past, but I can change my future. And what will make me happy was to be free and get not think about this ever again. I can't change the past, so I'm going to manipulate my future by doing what's best for me. Type vibes. Odd jobs. Did he make it in the house? 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 Yeah, somebody was texting. Somebody covered up. Look, we got the science with forensics and precarious. Oh, I cannot say that word right the first time. It's beyond me. I'm overthinking it. Okay. So something on the floor or on the floorboards, there was some type of DNA or whatever. Underworld here. They had a friend in the underworld or somebody that could help them cover this up. Somebody does odd jobs like cleaning up something. Um, but yeah, we have forensics here and somebody texting or writing something, gossip, unlocking. Okay, so what was the next question? So I feel like it's a yes for that he made it inside the house. And then, let me go back. No, stop it. God darn. The next question was, will Karen be found guilty or take a plea deal, or will charges be brought forward on anyone that was in the house that night? Okay, so let's go with, will Karen be found guilty or take a plea deal? Will Karen Reed be found guilty or will she take a plea deal in the unaliving of John O'Keefe? What's the outcome for Karen Reed in this accusations towards her? Will Karen Reed be found guilty or will there be a plea deal? Clarity, please, and thank you. Will Karen Reed be found guilty? What's going to happen with Karen Reed in this situation? Okay, so if we were looking for yes or no, the answer would be yes for, but we're not going with that because we need to clarify. It's a lot of different energy here. Pretty much saying that she is standing her ground. So let's clarify. Why the Nine of Cups? Why- I hate when that happens. We're going to shuffle again. I want to get going first where they just start falling out. You know? Why the Nine of Cups? Or will Karen Reed be found guilty or if she will take a plea deal? Karen Reed seems really in her bag about standing her ground, like ego galore. Like, listen, I didn't do this, and you're not going to do this to me. That's the vibes. I mean, she's willing to take a while. She's willing to sit down. So just give me one more. So you know what I'm going to do is clarify these last two. But before I answer, I'm going to ask how she will feel at the end of all this. I do see it coming together in terms of cooperation, so there could be a plea deal, but usually I get the Ace of Pentacles for that. Why the devil? Why the devil? Yeah, I don't think she's taking no plea deal. I don't think she's taking a plea deal. So let's ask real quick. Excuse me. How will Karen Reed feel at the conclusion of these allegations towards her in terms of John O'Keefe? How will she feel? What are her thoughts about the conclusion of the decision made against her in terms of John O'Keefe's unaliving? How will Karen Reed feel once the verdict is read against her? Show me her energy when she hears the verdict against her. How will Karen Reed feel? How will Karen Reed feel when she gets the verdict against her? That was funny. Okay. Okay, so we ended with the Ten of Swords and the victory here. We got a healing energy. Okay, there is this 50-50 energy because I feel like this could be reputation and just dealing with the public after this, but I do see some type of celebration. I see a victory and feeling like this is over. Back here, it's almost like finally being able to grieve. That's what it feels like. So let's clarify so we can be sure. So what did come out was the Eight of Wands, the Magician, Justice, and the Queen of Wands. So why the Eight of Wands for how Karen will feel once she hears the verdict against her? Tell me about that Eight of Wands for Karen's feelings. Give me one more. Okay. So it feels like the beginning of the end where I did everything that I could. I gave it my all, type vibes. This is going into calmer waters. Feeling good, being very emotional. Why the Magician? Tell me about the Magician. The Nine of Cups. Page of Swords. Why Justice? That Knight of Pentacles wanted to be reversed under the Justice. So there could be some type of unexpected turn of events. But also, again, willing to take all day if it has to. Give me another. But wanting to see, like, whomever is responsible. This is her perception, whether you believe she did it or not. From her perception, she is still wanting justice for this person, for John. Um, is there somebody named Jeff? So this younger energy keeps popping up as a part of what happened to John. Um, or this could be justice because, as the viewer mentioned, he was taking care of some children for his sibling that passed away. So, tell me about that Queen of Wands. She's hurt. She meant this grieving, finally being able to grieve. She still wants justice. She wants whoever is responsible to be caught. So, at the end of the day, I feel like this is a new start. Things look good for the most part in her feelings about the verdict. And so she is finally able to grieve their relationship and him. So we have a pair, Queen and King, Three of Swords, and we have a partnership. Okay. So far, and of course we'll do another reading at a later date. I'm gonna ask a few more questions here, but overall she feels satisfied with the verdict. So I will say that so far I feel like she will not be found guilty. So, but let's do this deck real quick. Will Karen Read be found guilty for the unaliving of John O'Keefe? Will Karen Read be found guilty? Freedom. Freedom. Loneliness that goes with that energy as well. So I don't think she will. Relationships. Empathy. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. So I feel like she will be free. Things could take a turn that we didn't see, or maybe some people hoped for or didn't hope for her in this case as it moves forward. So let's ask, how did the people at 34 Fairview honestly, genuinely feel about John O'Keefe? The people that frequent and occupy the residence at 34 Fairview as it pertains to John O'Keefe, how did these people honestly, genuinely feel about John O'Keefe? People at 34 Fairview, how did they feel about John O'Keefe? Okay, they didn't like him. Okay, we ended here. This shows a family dynamic. They feel like he's holding them back in some way, or he is causing conflict in some way. Okay, tell me more about how the people at 34 Fairview feel about John O'Keefe. It's like they tolerated him. I'm not sure his connection to those people. It's like they tolerated him. We got temperance, a lack of patience. They did not like him. That's what we ended off. Five of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Six of Pentacles, Temperance. So Six of Pentacles can be equal give and take, or it could be breadcrumbing. Because something I have to do temperance. I have to have patience for whatever the case is. But I'm guarded against this person. I don't trust this person. I'm not sure what the Page of Wands is here for yet. This could be a particular person there. But let's see if anything else comes out. Okay. They did not like him. He stressed them out. He put them in a place where they couldn't think clearly, or they couldn't see past this particular conflict about some type of truth coming out. Okay, there's healing energy. There's something going on in court, or something. What's back here? Let's clarify. Let's just clarify. Make sure y'all please do hit that like button. Feel free to give me any type of feedback, as long as it's respectful. Okay, why the Five of Pentacles? by the Five of Pentacles for how the people at 34 Fairview felt about John O'Keefe, their true thoughts and feelings towards him. There's regret there. They're still crying over some spilled milk there. 2 5s. Again, stress. Oof. They were waiting for something to happen to him. What's that? The 3 of Wands, the Death card, the 8 of Wands, and the 10 of Swords, so that they can go into calmer waters and get this monkey off their back. Give me more for the Five of Pentacles. I should have looked at the other side too. 9 of Cups. They were holding back their true feelings. He needed to go, allegedly, for things to be healed. What's this Page of Wands representing for how they felt towards him? The Hangman? Like something in their way is what it feels like. They felt like he was nosy or knew too much. There could have been some confusion here or going over options. Why the 6 of Pentacles? For how the folks at 34 Fairview felt about John O'Keefe. Almost like to a certain degree, at some point, they couldn't like put their finger on what he would do next. Maybe he was a wild card and just based off of like how he respond or how he would act. They couldn't count on him to be on the same page. Okay, but again, I feel like they were playing the game. You know, keep your enemies closer type vibes. But this was pre-planned or foreseen that this will be a conflict. Why the Temperance? Why Temperance? The 9 of Pentacles wanted to be in reverse, but they wanted to be free from whatever he had going on or energy that was going on between them or whatever this is. Anything else for the Temperance? The Empress in reverse. And there is. What is his connection to these people at this house? Because could he have dated somebody in around near previously? Because now I have the Emperor. And this could just be representing that family there. I got the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands here. A lot of people that have a lot of connections. The Magician right between there. But yeah, also, again, this could be related to another case that the comments are also mentioned in the comments. And I'm going to look at that case as well in the near future to see how it all connects. So let's do this one again. Blame. Tell me how the people at the 34 Fairview, people that occupy and frequent that house, people that are close to the people in that house, how did they honestly, truly, genuinely feel about John O'Keefe? Loneliness, death. They were not close to him. Blame and adversity is where we left off. For whatever reason, they did not see themselves close to him anymore. Did not trust him anymore. They felt like he needed to go. This is not any... Even before we get to the clarifications and the cards with the words on it, we come to the 5 of Pentacles. I know everybody that's watching this may not be familiar with Tarot, but 5 of Pentacles is leaving out in the cold. This is losing money. This is bad health. This is a big change. This is not happy, happy, joy, joy type vibes. 5 of Cups, you can look at this. Somebody is upset, sorrowful, regretful, crying over spilt milk. The spilt milk, whether it happened 5 minutes ago or a year ago, is in the past, and they're still dwelling on the past. Okay? They worried about him and his judgment as it pertains to keeping whatever this energy going on between them secret, hidden, quiet. They worried about what he would do. Surrender. I can release my need to control. Okay, but I don't feel like that's what they were doing. They weren't surrendering control. I feel like they try to take it into their own hands. Failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. 5 of Pentacles again. And purpose. I know what I'm here to do. I feel good when I can help others. Okay, let's see. Somebody felt like they needed to make a situation right that they feel like John was jeopardizing. So we're going to clarify one more time with this deck. How did the people feel about John? The house where he was found unalive. How did the people inside and that frequent that house, close to those people in the house, feel honestly about John O'Keefe? What were their true thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards John O'Keefe? Their true, honest intentions. Planner. So they planned something against him, allegedly. What else? How did they feel about him? Or they felt like he was planning to derail a situation they felt like they had under control. We have shift. Take your career in a totally different direction. Have the courage to change course. Continue to grow, change, and learn. You reach the end of a route where you cannot continue traveling. They feel like he was in a way. Investment. Set a strong foundation. You will see the fruits of your labor. This is a great time to invest. Finances are looking good and growing. This is a money deck, but we're just relating it to this content, this reading, and spirituality. Use money magical spells to increase wealth and prosperity. Spiritual advisor, healer, tarot reader, or anything in the occult. You're being guided to discover your unique path right now. I feel like he was learning about things that was going on with a group of people. He was planning to shift the narrative. He was investing and looking into some things, and they did not like that. And on the reverse, these people could feel like they invested a lot of time into him, mentoring him, giving him connections, and they feel like he played them. Okay. Unlocking was what we left off on. What was locked can now be opened. You have opened the floodgates of abundance without limitations. Blocks are there to tell you that you're steered off track. Like I said, they see him as a blockage. What was on the back? It was writer. So I feel like he had a lot of notes, y'all. Had a lot of information. Is there anything else you want to ask before we end this reading? Oh, I think it was another question I missed here. 382. Let's see. Okay, will charges be brought forth on anyone in that house as it pertains to the unaliving of John O'Keefe? Make sure y'all please do hit the like button. Will anybody from 34 Fairview be charged with any type of connection to the unaliving of John O'Keefe? Yes or no, make it plain, make it clear. Will anyone in that house be charged with unaliving or connection to the unaliving of John O'Keefe? So far we have a no, or it will be an uphill battle. Let's see what else. So meaning if it is, it could take a while because they're being protected. Will anyone be held accountable for the unaliving of him at the house? Anyone that was in that house, will they be charged with connection to unaliving? Okay, so far, we have the Seven of Wands, the Lovers, and the Five of Swords. So they're working with quite a few people. I don't know if there's another couple involved here. That may be who they go after if they do at some point do so, but let's clarify and see. One more shuffle. Tell me about the Seven of Wands for will anyone in that house be charged in connection to the unaliving of John O'Keefe? Queen of Wands pop back in. Will anyone in that house be charged with the connection to unaliving? Ooh, they're making it really hard. Three of Cups in reverse with the Tower. So far it doesn't look like it, and it don't look like, yeah, so why the Lovers? Ten of Wands. Hermit. Page of Swords. Somebody's refusing to speak up. They're laying low. This could just be a Gemini energy, an air energy. But it could be two specific people here that are 2 to 3 people here that are responsible. Oof. Ace of Pentacle here on that Five of Swords. So there could be an opportunity here. Ten of Swords. But it's like blocked. Somebody's protecting them. So far, it don't look like it. But there could be a lot of questions coming about towards some of these people based off their actions in the near future. But so far, it does not look like, unless somebody speaks up, doesn't look like it. Let's clarify that one more time with this one. Will anyone in the house be charged with connection to the unaliving of John O'Keefe? Slow and steady. So maybe eventually, but it seems like it's going to take a while. Business in reverse. So it says, making slow progress, but you're getting there. Remember, slow and steady work leads to success that is sustainable. Time to stop putting things off for later when you need to do it now. Business is here. So somebody might have an invested interest in keeping them safe. Maybe it implicates them as well, or whatever the case is. But something about a CEO or executive or something. Let's see. Will anyone there be charged? We got writer. I feel like that's just a speaking again. But they could find some information that John had put away in settling. Yeah, I feel like if they do, it'll be a while. Or that it's going to be really difficult for some reason. Your soul is telling you you're on the wrong path. So, yeah, people could start feeling like and seeing that they should have been looking elsewhere. Allow yourself the time and space to evolve and find your true path. You're in a state of avoidance because the action needed is too hard. So somebody might just say it's going to be difficult getting them. They have too many connections and just, this will be unsolved perhaps. Nothing is set in stone, right? We always can come back and look at it again in a week or so, month or so. So I just want to ask a couple more questions before we end this. One second. You guys. Okay. What happened when John O'Keefe went inside 34 Fairview? Who did he interact with? Who interacted with him? What was the vibes when John O'Keefe entered 34 Fairview the night that he was unalived? What happened once he got inside? Who was there when John went into 34 Fairview the night he passed? Eight of Cups. Was somebody meeting him at the door, but like to leave? Because we got the Eight of Cups. So somebody was leaving, or they could have been telling him to leave. I'm gonna do some more research to figure out like what's the connection there. I haven't had a chance to look into this yet. Let's see what else. What happened when he got into the house? Then we have the Star. What happened to John? I don't know if this was a party and it was ending. Okay, we got conflict about work or something being worked on or something learned. There is a guarded energy there, okay, with somebody that could be law enforcement or somebody's like trying to get some information. Okay, things don't seem good, okay? somebody or somebody started to implement a plan that they had in mind. There is lovers or a Gemini. There's a man and a woman or whomever, or their Gemini specifically that keeps popping up. So let's just get into what came out. Okay, why the Eight of Cups for what happened when John got into the party or to the house 34 Fairview the night he was unalive? Ten of Pentacles. He interacted with a group of people, possibly a family. Tell me more. The Empress wants to keep coming in reverse, so maybe that's who answered. I don't know, but there's a feminine energy here. Okay. Or he could be saying that Karen left. You know, she pulled off, and that's when he went in, maybe. But look, see, maybe somebody else left too, because somebody's like trying to avoid him or ignore him or just don't like him, you know? Why the Star? Why the Star? The Queen of Wands. And the Page of Pentacles. So I keep getting this younger energy. Don't have to be a kid, but a younger energy. Or this kind of feel like a send-off person. Somebody you get to crash out or do dumb shit. Excuse me. Queen of Wands is here. I don't know if they are the same as that lover's energy or what. Give me one more for the Star. The Hangman. Why the Four Swords? Two of Swords. I don't know if he sat down on the couch. They go to Queen of Pentacles again in reverse. It's at least two people that was absolutely running this thing. The time frame is all mixed up. This happened fairly quickly. Temper Star, what is he doing here? Type vibes. I don't know. Look, that was a fight, a physical fight. And it went all the way. And then they're like, oh, what do we do? What do we do? Okay, thinking about it, this opportunity that happened, or this, I see this as an opportunity. We can say this happened. She was here, you know, putting their knowledge to work for them, and the circumstances to work for them. So, what else happened? There was a physical fight. Some people decided not to do something. This could be feminine energies. Regret. Blame and purpose. Worry. Maybe he saw somebody he wasn't expecting to see, or they just came at him with a type of energy he wasn't expecting. Guilt. Surrender. Failure. Like, maybe there was a particular plan, but it just went like way left. Success in reverse with change. Oh, let's clarify this again. I need to see. Okay, one second. Let me see if I can find it quickly. Why was John O'Keefe at 34 Fairview the night he was killed?
These came back from a search.
He had multiple skull fractures consistent with blunt force trauma that led to bleeding in the brain. Okay, so my question is, if Karen ran him over, I don't think he was sitting on the ground. So unless she kept backing up over his body, then how do you get blunt force trauma to the skull if, you know, I'm assuming he's a full size man, and that can range from a range, right? But you would expect somebody to get hit abdomen, waist, legs. You have to back over. Maybe that's what they're saying she did, but it was a fight. There was a fight, and it was multiple people jumping him. Let me see. Who was John O'Keefe visiting the night that he was killed?
These are the top results.
I'll have to go inside the article. Y'all be patient with me. Make sure y'all hit the like button and or subscribe. Okay, so she's alleging there was a cover up. Karen Reed charged with killing boyfriend John O'Keefe spoke out about the case for the first time Wednesday, that's back in September, and alleged a cover up by state and local police. Reed and her attorneys were back in Dedham District for another hearing in the case before she surprised reporters and spoke outside afterwards. Prosecutors alleged that Reed hit O'Keefe for her vehicle and during a snowstorm back in 2022. He was under a pile of snow. A fellow officer who hosted a gathering there that night. So there must have been lots of police there that night. Defense attorney have argued that O'Keefe was actually beat inside the home and his body was later dumped outside. In previous hearings, they focused on wounds to O'Keefe's arms, which said they showed he was attacked. Okay, so if he had by a dog, and that will be obvious to anybody looking at that this was not maybe they necessarily wouldn't be able to identify that the bite marks was a dog or whatever, but absolutely can tell that this wasn't just a car allegedly doing what was done to him. We know who did it. We know, and we know who spearheaded this cover up. You all know. Reed said on the courthouse step Wednesday, "I tried to save his life. I tried to save his life at 6 in the morning. I was covered in his blood. I was the only one." So she did go back. And no, she didn't do it. This is the innocent woman, Reed's attorney, Alan Jackson added. Um, so he was there for some type of party through by other officers. Woo, child. Okay, we're going to stop that there. I'll look more into that later. Hold on, I got some flippers. Um, hmm. So was there a woman there? So it was one of the police officers' family house and other police were there? Okay, okay, hold on. Um, show me the communication between John O'Keefe, communication and or actions between John O'Keefe and his attacker or attackers during that party. How did things go down at that party that John O'Keefe went to the night he was unalive? How did things go down? Show me how things escalated. Yeah, again, it's related to work. So they must be talking about work. They saying they didn't like what he was working, or you need to start working on that. Okay, you need to play ball and get on the same page as us. We need to get our story straight, for lack of a better term. Okay, he was not cooperating. Okay, and maybe this feminine energy is just about a different case that the viewer mentioned. Okay, so he realized that this more so was about work than a party or a get together at some point. So he is stuck. He is in mental anguish. He is surprised. Okay, this fire sign seems to be leading the pack as well. Oh, here it is. Let's clarify real quick and then we'll end this. Until next time, Okay, why is work here? Why are we showing up with work? Why? There he is again. King of Wands. Tell me more. Listen, you need to shut the up about what. You need to shut the up because you're hurting us. We supposed to be family. This is done. This is over. We already know. We all on the same page except for you. I mean, going off, Temperance. You don't get to decide what's right and wrong. We get to decide. We're the majority. You're the minority. Why the Five of Pentacles? Six of Pentacles. You need to let this shit rest. We already know which direction we're going in. We already know. We already got it lined up. You're the only thing standing in the way because you're being opposite. So then I feel like, yeah, again, it's just defensiveness. I'm seeing conflict, physical fighting. Why the Three of Pentacles in reverse? The Tower. It was no more of playing friendly, trying to get you to see. Now we're fighting the family. Five of Wands. He was beat out of his body. Ain't no car here. Had all the tools. They took some stuff from him, like phone and stuff like that. Because look, again, Eight of Pentacles. Because he had nothing or no one. He was alone. Let's do this deck real quick. He had nobody. Only but whatever source he believes in that he was calling on. How did things escalate in the party that John O'Keefe went to with fellow officers? Science. Again, they cleaned up, or they were prepared to minimize cleaning. Partnership. Writer. Denial. Okay, we're going to look at this some more, you guys. I know this police chief. We got helper here. We got lost, writer, denial, no, partnership, science, leadership and health, underworld, windfall, settling, gossip, growth. So again, somebody was up for leadership position, or somebody, very high leader, was there, you know, in the circles they run in. So that's what I have for you guys right for now. Make sure y'all hit that like and or subscribe. Feel free to put any other questions you want to look into, and we'll be back in a week or so. Hopefully before then I can look at the other case that the viewer mentioned in the comments. All right, y'all, enjoy y'all weekend. See y'all next time. Wait, what's today? It's only Wednesday. Enjoy y'all week. Or Tuesday.